everyone, it's Cindy. Welcome back to Studioloo. I'm here today to show you some cool things that I got from Globleland. We are collaborating again. They reached out to me to see if I would like to try out some of their new dies and stamps. And so I'll show you today the stamps. I'll do a separate video probably for each one of the dies that I got because they're kind of different projects. So the stamps that I got, and I have kind of, I chose stamps that were sort of in the theme of the projects that I'm working on right now, which Halloween is one, so I will use these today. And then I'm making another journal that has more of a horticulture kind of green theme, and I love this beautiful tree stamp. So if you watch my channel, you'll see that I did a video a while ago with like an 1800s book called The Beautiful Tree of Life, and this is really in that same vein. It even has a tree of life little stamp there. So it's got a tree with apples, and it's got two birds, a squirrel, a bunny, a hedgehog, another little bunny there, and a couple of other flower leaf and like a little, almost looks like a pomegranate. And then there are some words: sending peace and love, thinking of you, and it's a beautiful life. So I tend to work mainly with like images rather than words on stamps, but we are going to have fun with this today. And then the Halloween one, it has all sorts of cool things. So it's got this coffin with a skeleton with like leafy bits around it, this flaming skull, some like sort of spine bones with flowers growing through them, a little double helix with flowers. This is sort of like a abdominal skeleton, and ribs and a butterfly, and a little glass bottle with a skull inside and a cork. And then we have a raven here with a skull on a book with a sword behind it, and a little skeleton hand holding flowers. So some of these things will work in my witchy journal that I'm working on right now. So let's start maybe with the Halloween stuff. So what I would like to do with them is I want to print them on some coffee dyed paper, and then I'm going to use them to create some fun Halloween tags for my witch journal that I'm working on, which is 4. So I have my archival ink and my little acrylic plate here that I use to put my stamps on. So you'll see on the back, it does show you instructions on how to use silicone stamps if you've never used them before. I will obviously link below these products to Globleland, as well as the discount code that they have provided me to share with you. So you can get a discount on these honestly already really nicely priced stamps. So let's pop them on out of the little package here and move these to the side. The first one I want to use is that fun skeleton in the coffin shape. I love this stamp. I think it looks so cool. So we'll just pop it, just sort of center it evenly on here. Okay. I'll ink this up. I think this ink is good because I think this is the one that I refilled a little bit ago. Yep, looks good. Okay, so then we'll come over here to the corner here. Just hold this down for a moment. Okay, I think I need to get a little more ink in the center. I didn't really look at it. I need to just kind of move it around on the stamp block a bit. Let me give it another try. I like to share these things with you because this actually could be that my my paper hasn't been flattened well as well. It's a coffee dye paper, so it's a little wrinkly. So let's give it a try again. I do see that there is ink on there, so we should be good. Let me just lay it here, make sure we're not in any of the creases. I'm not the most perfect stamper, but I do like to share these things with you because like it shows you troubleshooting. So I'm pressing in the area right on top of the handle here where I didn't get ink the first time, and then just kind of pressing around. I feel like that should be good. Yeah, that's much better. So that was just user error. Okay, maybe I'll do one more because I just really love this stamp, and I think I could use it in a couple things. Yep, should be good. Okay. Yep. Not too bad. A little bit, yeah, there. I think it's my paper, but we have a perfect one in the middle. I know it's not the stamp. I think it's the paper, because when you coffee dye paper, in case you didn't know this, it stretches, right? It can bubble up and stretch and get uneven. So I think that's kind of what's happened with this paper, but I'm fine as long as I have one really good one for my project that I want to make for my journal, then I'm good. Also, I find when you're using acrylic stamps, I don't know what it is, but I feel like the first time you use them, or possibly just when you're filming using them, that it doesn't go as well as like later on. I've had stamps that I've gotten where I'm like, oh, this one isn't working so well, and then like every other time I've used it after, it was totally fine. So yeah, it's probably just me filming or the first time the stamp's ever been used. Okay, that one came out very perfect. Beautiful. Now I will bring these up a little closer so you can see them once I get all of the stamps pressed that I want to use from this little set here. Good. Oh, that's cool. Okay, let's try the Raven. You honestly can't really go wrong with silicone stamps. I don't think I've ever come across one that just, you know, didn't ink up properly or didn't work. I don't know. I think it's usually user error when I see that. Or not error, but just, you know, sometimes you don't get a good ink pad or you don't get a good impression. Oh, that comes out very nice, yeah. And then my little floral bit with the spinal bones. Very cool. Try that one here. Really cool. Okay. And maybe we'll do one of the skeleton with the flower too. Just so I have some options for these collages that I want to do. So cool. Okay. So let's set this aside. Just kind of tidy up a tiny bit here. And so again, here's what the stamps look like. And then here's the good impression of that awesome skeleton. And the spine bones with the flower, the skeleton hand with the flower, the raven, this one, and this one. So yeah, they're a lot of fun. So I think what I will do now is I'm going to cut these out in sort of just some shapes with a bit of the paper left around because I'm not exactly sure yet how I want to use these. So I'll leave a bit of the paper. Okay, so there's all those impressions. Then the other thing I think I'll do while we're stamping, I'll just get all the stamping done out of the way now, is we'll do an impression of the tree. I want to use one of these tags to do that. So I'm going to lay this tag here. And we'll do our stamping for the tag as well. Get this one open. And these are really well wrapped, so like they don't get damaged in any way when they're shipped. They actually came in a really nice bubble envelope, and they had cardboard around the dies so that they don't get bent. That's one thing about when you buy dies online. Make sure that wherever you buy them from, that, you know, they take some care in sending them to you, because dies can get broken in the mail if you're not careful. And I find Globleland is very good about how they ship. I've always gotten dies with cardboard on both sides, and it's wrapped in tape, so I don't have to stress that it's going to be broken. Okay, so let's just lay the silicone stamp down on this piece of book page paper. And then I'm going to take the ink itself and just ink it up this way. So just kind of tamping it down on there. Just because this is a really large stamp. Okay, so now what I will do is lay this down, and I'm going to just put my tag down on top of it like this, okay? And then I'm going to take my book here. I have a glue book right here, and just lay it on top and just press. Move my hand around on here so that the pressure is a little even and nothing's moving and jiggling that tag around, so that we don't get duplicated impressions. Okay. At least that's the hope. Bring this up. Oh, that's pretty. Okay. Pretty. Okay, then we will move this, pop it back on here. And then we can decide what little things we would like to put in on our tree, or around our tree. I love the little squirrel, so I think I will use the squirrel. Just gonna put him right down here. Cute. It's like an English squirrel with those little curly ears. So sweet. Then maybe a hedgehog. Okay. And maybe a bird, just kind of, there's a bird in mid-flight here, we'll put up here. Here we go. Oh. Hold on one second, I missed her tail. There we go. That was easy, an easy solve. Okay, so I'm good with that. I'm going to let it dry a little bit, because what I want to do with this is I want to watercolor with the archival ink. Once it's dry, it's not water soluble, so I can watercolor, and that will be a lot of fun. It will be a nice kind of background to everything. So I will let this dry. I'll grab some supplies and I'll come right back. Okay, so let's get started using the impressions from the Halloween stamps that I'll have on all of these coffee papers. And what I've decided to do is, I think there's 6 of these, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 impressions that I did. So I chose 6 random things that you would put into a junk journal, and we'll just kind of personalize them using some scraps that I pulled out of my scrap bin, and just kind of things that speak like a bit of Halloweenness to me, to go into my journal. So the first thing is just this little paper sack. Then we have a slide, a Rolodex card, a playing card, a library card, and a CD envelope. So I'm going to start maybe with the big one, which is the CD envelope. And I think I want to use on it maybe the raven. So the first thing I think I would like to do with this is maybe see if this paper, yes, it is the right size. Perfect. I'm going to cut some of this purple paper. So it's large enough to kind of cover back here. I just have to make sure that it will fit in here. Let's see. Should. Yeah, so it'll give that nice backing. So let's just, we'll trim it down a little bit so it's not popping out of the envelope. Good. And then I will just glue stick this. And we'll slide it on in here. Don't touch the glue until that last minute, and then you can put it down. Okay. Make sure it's all flat, much as possible. I don't care if there's some wrinkling. It's kind of cool, maybe. Where's my bone folder? Right there. Okay. Yeah. We'll just press the creases with a bone folder, and that'll be kind of nice. Okay, so this is going to obviously still be a pocket, so something can go in front of there, but it just gives like a nice background to that. And these are really neat CD envelopes because they're colored. I found them recently on a thrift mission here. So let's just take our Distress Oxide on this before we go any further, and I'll just fold this down and put a little bit of black soot Distress Oxide. And you could definitely, you know, bring even more on here, and you could use coffee and get some really nice speckling and that kind of thing going on. But I want today to try to just provide some quick projects to show these bits to you. So I'm going to just kind of cut around this. Okay, so there's that. And then I think what I'd like to do is create like a little bit of like a cluster to put this on. So maybe I'll start with a bit of this like orange sprayed book page. Lay that here. Then maybe a little of this like grungy paper. Just kind of creating a cluster here. With this silver. Okay, let's just glue things down as we go. It's going to make the edges a little less square. Just like that. That, and then maybe a bit of this paper. We'll just tear the edge. Like so. Cover that with glue. Glue this down. So we've got like a little bit of a cluster there, okay? And then we'll tear the edge around the book page a bit, not straight, like irregularly. Okay. So now we have this little cluster, and I'm going to attach it right there with art glitter glue to hold it in place. So I just have to unclog my bottle here. Okay. Okay, and then let's give that up, press down, and then I'll get some of my spooky words here. Maybe we will use Haunting the Woods on this one. Maybe right up here like so. Okay. And then I'm going to come in with the black soot, and I'm going to go over the whole surface of the green. Okay, perfect. And I'll do it on the back as well, because I don't know if this will be like floating in my journal. I'm not exactly sure, so I want to kind of give similar colors. So this will have a tuck spot, right? So we can stick something inside of here. I won't decide today what that will be. But yeah, I like that. And I think what I'm going to do now, I just want to spray it with a bit of water to activate the oxide to change the texture. So I'll do that, and I'll let it go sit on its own, and we'll continue, and then I'll show this everything to at the very end. So just move that over here. Okay. So give me one moment to just tidy up. Okay, next let's tackle the playing card. So I think I'll use on the playing card this little skeleton hand with the rose. I think it will go nice with the red on the card. So we'll just fussy cut this out. Okay. Then get my glue book here. I'm going to glue this right in the center of the card. Now that can be completely finished and be a little tuck spot, or if you want to make it into a journal card, I was thinking that this orange paper would be cute, cut out and put right in the center to give you some journaling space. But as I look at this, I feel like I want to use it as a tuck spot on a page like so. So I'm actually just going to leave it right at it as a very simple little project. Okay. Next, we will work with the pouch, this pouch. So I want to use this awesome skeleton here for this. I love this stamp. This was the whole reason that I chose this set, was this coffin stamp. It's so cool. On its own, I just like it just like that, to be honest, but I think I'm going to try to do something a little more. Maybe also in the interest of using scraps from my scrap bin, which I've been trying to do lately, a lot of like using up scraps. I don't know that. I don't know, I just like the skeleton on his own. That's kind of cool. This is like some purple handmade paper that would go really neat. Blue would be kind of neat. I also have this like kind of interesting like house. I think I might use that because it's kind of like a haunted house kind of theme. I'm going to put this on here, and then we put that there. Yeah, that's pretty cool actually. Okay, so let's ink around this a little bit. I'm going to keep the jaggedy edge, I like that. So then we'll glue this on. And you can choose if you'd like to glue around the, or sorry, not glue, but ink around the envelope itself, like the pouch itself. I'm not going to. I kind of think it looks nice just as a brown sort of sack. Okay, I'm gonna add this here. And then maybe I might use some words here. The dead walk at night. Ghosts gather here. Awake the dead. Let's do awake the dead. That's fun. For our spooky Halloween journal. Okay. Okay, so there's our little pouch. So cute. Right, now this library card. So the first thing I want to do is trim off the bottom because it has like a little branding strip on it. Then we'll decide which of these we want to use. I'm thinking, yeah, I'm probably going to use this shape, this skeletal shape with the butterfly. I like that. I think it's cool. It's a good size for this piece of ephemera. It's nice when you can take like a set of stamps like this and then go to your stash of like things that you know, have collected to use as ephemera and then personalize them down to a theme. Like in the case of this, you know, a Halloween theme. So this certainly needs to get inked because it's way too bright. So we'll just ink up the whole card. Okay, then I might put that, I'm thinking about like backing it and having it hang off the side a little bit. Like what if it were, if I fold this in half, yeah, I like that. Okay, so let's do some gluing. Okay. So first I need to glue this together. So we want this double thickness and we want to cover up what's in here. It's not part of our theme, but it's all part of our using up some scraps here. Then I will glue this down. Okay. Perfect. Now we will go around this and just leave a bit of an outline with this orange paper. Right, so that's a fun little journal card from a library card. Could also be a tuck spot. Okay. See how this is progressing? It's getting there, almost dry. All right, now let's use this slide. So first thing we'll do is we'll fold it. Now we need to cut out the shape here of our little skull to go inside here. Just sort of decide where we're going to want it. I think I will want it just like that. So we'll just trim that paper. These are such an easy process, and we could even do it double-sided if we wanted to, but I'm not really going to be too worried about that. So I just kind of go around my slide as so. Then you pick this up and you position it how you want, right, like this. And we'll close it up, get rid of our sticky paper here, and then just press this down. Then trim off this excess paper. Now if you want to, you can choose to stitch around this. You can put an eyelet through it or a hole through it, thread it to something. You've got your little focal image there. I'm just going to hit it with a little bit of ink. because we want it to look a little more weathered than what it does. You can back the back of it if you want it to be journaling space. Obviously you can put another image on the back, but I'm happy with that as is. I'll probably put some kind of a little word snippet there eventually. All right, and then last but not least, we have a Rolodex card. So let's get this stuff out of the way. And I will start just by inking up the Rolodex card because I kind of want everything to be like a bit grungy. Now I like to use these a lot for pockets, but I also do use them for little writing, little sort of slip it in a pocket writing space. And I'm going to use the image of the flower through the spine bones. I think that's really cool. And it's pretty perfect that everything I stamped ended up getting a project that's the right size. I didn't plan it, I promise. I just kind of winged it. Let's see what we have here. This is like some old tree. I think that's too similar in color. That could be cool maybe. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to cut this out because I'll put some words on that and I think the whole thing will look neat. So I think I'll use it maybe to make a pocket with in my journal because I need pockets. So we'll put our stamped image there, and then we will glue on this handmade paper. Right there, and it's kind of got this like hairy texture to it. It's cool. And we need like a short snippet here. All Hallows Eve. Pitch black. Let's do pitch black. Okay. Okay. That's fun. And then maybe I think I'll go around the bit of my black soot ink to just bring out those Rolodex details. Okay. All right, so there is our Rolodex card. So just give me a moment. I will tidy up and I will show you everything all finished. All right, so here's the Halloween half of our stamped goodies. So pocket, little Rolodex card that turned out really cute. I love how the stamp looks on there. You could stamp directly on the Rolodex card, of course. I just wanted to kind of demo this in a different way. This weathered old card I'm going to use as a tuck spot on a page, sort of, you know, like so, and I'll tuck something into it. This is a journal card that I made from a library card, of course. We added that fun stamp to it. And of course the envelope with that amazing stamp. And I think this might even fit right inside of here. So we might have a complete piece of ephemera that's ready to go into a journal. That's perfect. Then of course our CD envelope, which is almost completely dry. It's just slightly damp in some spaces, but yeah, I like how that turned out. I think it would be a fun like tip in. Obviously we got to put something inside of here because this is a tuck spot, and then our little slide with a skull, and I'll probably do a little bit more with that, with some word snippet and some more color on the surface of the slide. But I just wanted to share with you today those fun stamps, and then I think I will now move into this. So Halloween is done, and now we'll move into the other side of the stamping, which is our green, kind of green space, beautiful apple tree with these little critters. So I'm going to prepare my paints, and I will be right back. So today I'm going to start by painting with watercolors using my Beam Paints watercolors. I'm just going to paint the background first, just to kind of add like layer after layer of color that I want to use. So I'm going to start just by adding like a nice kind of slate blue in the background, just in a flooded kind of way with the watercolor. until I understand how much pigment I want. That's around where the pigment that I want is, that level of pigment. We're just going to kind of come in toward the tree, but not go over the leaves. So just coming around the bird. A little more water. And I may just paint and speed this part up for you. Alrighty, so I finished painting this with my watercolor paints, and I'm pretty happy with it. I think it's really cute. I like how the tree filled in with the different greens, and the pomegranates are nice and red. I stitched around this and added some leaves up on the top, and I think that'll be a really fun tag for my journal. So thank you for hanging out with me. As I noted earlier, I will post links to both of these stamps down below in the description box with the link and my discount code on Globleland.com. If you're looking for some other examples of Globleland products and a how-to video I've already filmed, you can just search Globleland on my channel, or I may link those videos below too, actually. So yeah, that's it for me for today. So thank you so much, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye for now.